Hey, this is John Hughes and welcome to my second video on YouTube, Jighead John Kayak Fishing and Baits. So last video I did a one year review of my Old Town Sportsman BigWater 132 ePDL. Awesome kayak, love it. What I'm going to talk about today is how I set my kayak up for inshore fishing in St. Augustine, Jacksonville area, some of my modifications I've done, and some of my DIY modifications. I love going to Dollar Tree, Harbor Freight, Walmart, walking around and looking at stuff to figure out how can I do DIY modifications at a more affordable price. So first thing we'll talk about is always got to have a kayak flag in Florida for safety. I do trailer my kayak on my little Malone trailer. Next thing is one of my favorite companies is Navarre Kayak. They sell amazing modification parts for Hobies and Old Town kayaks. So I took this area here and I purchased one of his plates where you can put, it has tracks included in it. It's real important when you're out on the water for safety wise, to have a kayak flag, particularly where we are with all the boat traffic and jet ski traffic. So I looked at some videos, tried to think of a way I could mount a kayak flag back here. So I got some PVC pipe and I got a cap. So I drilled a hole through the cap that is 3/16. This is a 1/4 inch plumbing T-bolt. You heat the T-bolt up with like a heat gun, you screw it in, it forms threads. And that way you can just slide it on. I put a little bit of grip tape up here, turn it, and it totally locks in place. All right, so that's my flag holder. Now I want to show you my flag. I looked online. I thought a lot of the kayak flags were pretty expensive, so I decided to make my own. I had this old fishing rod. I had some foam tubing, so I added some foam here. I cut the eyelets out, put a little foam around there, added some lights, so when I fish, you know, in the fog or at night, I've got lights. And you're gonna find that I love zip ties. I got zip ties all over my kayak. Got me a nice big American flag, connected it with zip ties. Saved a lot of money. It's really tall, so you can really see me in the water and make me very visible. So that's my kayak flag. Another modification I did is all of my rods have 8-inch rod floats. You get some 2.5-inch pipe tubing. It has tape right here, 3 zip ties. Put it on there, it doesn't interfere with your reeling. And I've had some rods hop in the water a couple times unexpectedly and they float and it saved my rods. That's a lot of money you lose if it goes down the water, you can't retrieve it. So, all right. So let's start on this side. The way I like to set my kayak up, you got tons of room in here in the back. I keep a little tackle box, Okeechobee Fats. It's just got a few extra little things in here that I need. I got my lunch box, peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. One thing I've encountered with coolers is that when you're fishing saltwater, they rust. There's no way around it. So I wanted to find a cooler that didn't have a zipper, a zipper. So I was in Bass Pro Shop one day and I found this really cool cooler. It just flips up. There's no zipper. It's got plenty of space in it, so I can just reach around the back, grab a drink, close it, fits in there. I still got a little extra room here. I normally fish 3 to 4 rods. I installed this extra little rod tubing on the back of my seat. Once again, zip ties, love zip ties. So if I want to carry that 4th rod, I can just slide it back here and it's totally out of the way. Now, I tried a big crate in the back of my kayak when I started. I just wasn't using it. It was taking up too much room. So I wanted to find a way where I could secure my rods out of the way. So I was looking on Amazon and I found this 3-rod holder by Pelican. It's got a rod that fits down into your rod holder here, and it's got a little rubber piece that helps secure it. But I found that didn't secure it enough. What happened here, I don't remember how it happened, but I snapped this piece here. I got some PVC pipe, a Dremel tool, and as you can tell, I overdid it with zip ties as usual, but it's nice and secure. So I can just reach around, grab my rod, it sits down in the slots, and it really works well for me, and then I can add my 4th rod there. So I got a couple extra little lights here if needed. When you're out on the water 6 to 8 hours or longer, it's important to be comfortable. This has a very comfortable seat, but I started watching some videos and I saw a lot of guys have a Kayak cushion. This is an American company, they make it in America. I went and ordered one. This thing is awesome. It makes a huge difference. It's a firm one. It comes in a lot of different colors, easily to wash. I'm thinking about getting one for the back also. So great cushion, I highly recommend it. Moving forward, I didn't really like the steering knob that came with this Kayak. I'm pretty tall, so Navarre Kayak makes these steering knobs here that you can attach. There's one smaller than that. Since I'm tall, I wanted one a little bit higher. Just gives me easier grip. No issues there. So I highly recommend that from Navarre Kayak. I also was really not using these handles, so I thought, how can I more efficiently use them? So Navarre Kayak sells these handle replacements, and it has a little track on here. I use the AR tubes from Yak Attack. I much prefer these because I troll a lot and I want something sturdy. And by moving my rod holders back when I'm sitting in my seat, I can more effectively grab my rods when I need it when I'm trolling. Works really well. So let's talk about the seat. This space here, it's not a huge space. I keep towels in here. I got a waterproof tackle tray where I keep extra keys, cords that goes to all my electronics, some extra tools. This is a floating prop nut that I highly recommend everybody purchase to replace the one on there. The first time I went out fishing, I got some stuff in my prop. I was pulling the prop off, my washer and the little nut flew in the water. Fortunately, I had another one. This thing floats, so I got a little extra whistle, a few extra tools in there. All right, so next thing, I know a lot of people do a lot of work and try to find tackle trays and things that go under there. I fish inshore. I like everything right here. So I was in Walmart, saw these little plastic trays. I think they're $1.75 a piece. I drilled some holes in the bottom so it'll drain water. Drilled a hole in the front, put some rope in it, and I got like a first aid kit. These are some of my new baits I'm trying out that I made. So I keep some extra fishing line in there. This is my favorite jig head, 1/8 ounce DOA jig head John. All I do is fish artificials. That's what I love doing. So this is nice. It just slides right in there. That I can pull it out with the rope, and I can also keep my measuring board there. So I talked about the prop nut that's down on the prop. Other modifications. Whatever Old Town Kayak you have, I highly recommend from Navarre Kayak getting these spacers. You can see that your pedal drive needs to be lined up with these arrows. Sometimes with usage it'll slide. So these are designed to hold it in place. It makes it more sturdy, and it always drops it down into the slot and you can attach it easily. I highly recommend that as soon as you get an ePDL drive, you buy an extra one of these cords, you buy an extra cord that connects to your battery, and you buy an extra key. You want to have those on hand. You never know when something happens. If you don't have them, could be a problem. So in my little slots over here, I just keep some fish grips. I got a knife. Something I like to do with my tools, I like to use bungee cords. They don't get hung up on stuff. I like the metal ones, and you can just pinch that down. Got my pliers, got my braid scissors. Always got my suntan lotion over here. I got an air horn. This is an insect repellent. We have a lot of issues with sand gnats down here. They will tear you up. The local fishermen around here recommend bins. This is good stuff. It's got DEET in it. It keeps everything off of you. I highly recommend it. You can get it on Amazon. All right. So, next thing, moving forward, I tried a lot of different fish bags. I went cheap on them. They rusted, so finally got a Hobie fish bag. It's an excellent bag. It doesn't rust. Holds ice very well. I attach my extra prop here, so if I need to replace my prop, I can pull this back, Got a little zip tie here. Always keep a couple extra props, always, because you never know what you're going to hit and tear it up. Haven't done anything with these plates. Maybe down the road I'll do something with them. One thing I do with my fish bag is I got a couple bungees here. So if it falls off the boat, I can grab it easily, but also it allows me to pull it back so I can put fish in it when I need to. Yes, hooks will get caught on this, but hooks will get caught on anything. So this is my Malone trailer that I use. It's got bunks on it. So when I want to put the kayak up on the trailer, I back it up. I found these pieces in Harbor Freight. This is some real strong rope called Dyneema. So I made this myself. So once I get it pulled up onto my boat trailer a little bit, I can get a good grip and it'll slide right up, no problem. Also found this strap on Temu. I don't keep this on here, but when I need it, so if I get in skinny water, I'm stuck, sandbars, it's really hard to get out and reach down and grab here and pull it through there. So I'm able to get out and pull this through the skinny water with better leverage and not hurting my back. It's just a lot easier. So always keep this on there. I think it's $2 or $3. So, all right. Now let's go inside here. All right. Always got to have your dry bag. I keep a tow rope. I like this tow rope. I got it on Amazon. It's got a little float on there. A few years ago, I was out fishing in August heat. I saw a lady that was dropping down on her paddle board with heat exhaustion. I was able to go over to her, hook her up with my anchor rope and get her back to her launch point. You should always be willing to help somebody out on the water. I don't know if she would have made it. So keep a couple life jackets in here, whatever else you need. They do say that you can store rods in there, but I'm not gonna do that. So always have an air horn. Okay, now anchoring. I've tried different types of anchors. I made a kettleball anchor, it didn't work. I tried the claw anchor, it doesn't work. I'm fishing in current all the time, so I needed an anchor that would work for me. So I think I got this anchor on Amazon when I got it for like 25 bucks. It's a fluke anchor. I can't remember how much it weighs. I got about 20 feet of rope. Fits right back in here. And this originally was for an anchor pole I got from Navarre Kayak. I ended up not using the anchor pole, it didn't work. But I was able to put a clip here. I got an anchor buoy, and I got this little thing here that stops it. So if I get a big fish on, he's running, I need to release, I can unattach this, drop it off, other boaters can see it, and I can relocate it and come back and get my anchor when I need it. So, what else here? I went to Academy Sports, got this cup holder. It didn't cost a lot. It allows me to put a bigger beverage in there. It's got a little hole down there that drains water out. So, and we talked about this nice little space in here. I usually keep, keys. I got an extra charger in here for my phone. I got information there about my license, trailer, registration on my kayak. In Florida, you do have to register this kayak because you now have power. As far as the net go, I've been through a lot of nets. I found this one at Bass Pro Shop. Very cheap. I only think it was 20 bucks. But I needed a big net. And it's got the rubber mesh that's really thick, which is really nice because you don't get hooks caught in it. So, those are my modifications. I like to do a lot of DIY stuff. If any of you out there have some DIY ideas, I'd love to hear about them. Once again, I'd love to get feedback on this kayak, see how everybody likes their kayaks and any modifications they do. So it's a great kayak. I look forward to fishing every weekend and that 50 hours a week I'm working. So my next video, probably I'm going to start getting into showing you how I do some of my soft plastic baits and how to get started in that. So thanks for watching my channel. Please comment below and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks.